care.
Jared, this is Ken speaking. How can I help you?
Hey Ken, this is Sean Schwartz.
Sean, what's up?
Um, I'm having a lot of issues with taking abuse, getting blown off by every service that's supposed to protect us and defend us. I'm doing what I'm supposed to as a victim, but mandatory reporters aren't doing their job. The situation is I've been here since 2022 taking abuse, and every time I get abused, I'm sent around in circles to CARE, TFCC, and all these other places. And I have to turn these places in. I'm literally being sent to the very places that made these mistakes to begin with. And then instead of acknowledging the fact that it happened, they want to hide the fact that it happened. Right now, I'm having issues with Russell was trying to help me, but he's able to understand some of these men's issues, such as having to be afraid of being abused over false accusations. And, all of the men are now only working at night over at the what do they call that? The night shelter or whatever. And the thing is, like, Shelly keeps missing appointments. She's missed a lot of them. When it comes to mandated reporter stuff. Like I can't just keep going to mandated reporters who aren't doing their jobs and who are trying to cover for coworkers who don't even work there anymore. I got a message from Shelly because she told me that she destroyed a bunch of stuff. I got a message from her, I want to say yesterday, where she at least admitted in texting that she did
Sean,
destroy evidence.
Sean,
Yeah,
I can't really give legal advice. However, if you'd like me to, I can give your name and phone number to our lawyer. Contact.
absolutely.
Okay. I will get them your information as soon as possible. You
And
have a great day.
thank you for doing that, by the way.
You're welcome.
See that? All this time that's been wasted. And he's gonna apparently get the lawyer my number, which I need a lawyer. I can't keep going back to my predators hoping that they're gonna do something different than be predatory. When I tell the lawyer about what's going on, is he gonna look at evidence? Is there gonna be somebody there to help me turn it in? To verify that I'm telling the truth? I hope so. I can't just keep taking this abuse. And that includes neglect. Now, that man stated he couldn't give legal advice, and he didn't give legal advice. Which all these other people seem to love dishing out legal advice, and it's bad legal advice. My predators in the police force, all they have to do is press false charges, and they can lock me up. They did that in Colorado, Nebraska, and here. If I try to turn in my predators in law enforcement, I am threatened, harassed, intimidated, and even assaulted. Shelly is not taking the abuse seriously. Many of you who watch my YouTube channel, you've gotten to see the abuse that she refuses to look at, wants to pretend it doesn't exist, or that it's not important or it doesn't matter. I've been going to TFCC and CARE since September of 2022, and they sent me around in circles and played stupid, intentionally pushed me into having mental breakdowns And then they want to bully me when I have a mental breakdown. They want to make excuses for their coworkers. All of them. All of these places make excuses for their coworkers, refuse to investigate any of the crimes, refuse to even hear my side of the goddamn story. Now, that's the story of my life. Autistic people are not human beings to you. When it comes to male issues, we need male help. Because we have to deal with a bunch of women who are so completely fucking out there. If you listen to the conversations between me and Shelly, you would go either A, she is mentally fucking retarded, or B, she's going out of her way to play stupid because she doesn't want to do her goddamn job. Don't get a job as a mandatory reporter if you're not willing to stand up to fucking predators. Don't get a job as a nurse if you're not going to stand up to predators. And if those predators happen to be cops, they're still predators. And every time you help them to get away, you give them a big head. And take a look at Waylon Lolatai. Yeah, giving these people a big head is a bad fucking idea. Now, you might also notice I am speaking with a lot of emphasis and a lot of emotion right now. A lot of unhappy emotion. However, I spoke to him kindly, did I not? He was wanting to get it run down and in a hurry and get off the phone. But maybe he'll call that lawyer. The lawyer works closely with CARE, so that might be a bit of an issue. However, just because there's a bit of an issue, does that mean I'm not going to try? I mean, hell, Shelly's a felon, committing more felonies. They've been committing felonies against me since before I went to jail for 15 months on trumped up charges. And they had to drop them, and they had to let me go. But it doesn't matter because everything that I owned that would have helped me out was taken from me and not returned. This is a problem with nepotism. These people work together. They have a working relationship and in some cases friendships. Some of these people are related to each other, but nepotism isn't necessarily family. It could be friend. And it's not necessarily for a job. That's the problem with mandatory reporters. They're supposed to turn it in immediately, even if it's their boss that I'm turning in. Mandatory reporters, well, mandatory means that they're mandated by law. They're required to, and you can hear over and over and over again in my recordings that they go out of their way in every single situation to play stupid and talk in circles. That's why a disabled victim cannot go in alone. These people are going to protect each other. They're going to cover for each other. They're going to lie for each other. And I do want to end this video to make sure that it's still a short one. However, I want to remind you guys that, and we'll make sure that we pull this up. By the way, Miss Shelley did not show up today. I didn't expect her to. She's missed over half of our meetings. And then she talks over me. The stuff that we're supposed to be getting done, first of all, if she does show up, she's going to talk over me the whole fucking time. I'm right here. Of course, she wants to blow it off and pretend shit didn't happen. She wrote, Sean, if you asked for your care file, it wasn't me that you asked. That's the problem with not recording every single session. They got signs all over saying that I can't record for the safety of the clients. Well, the problem is that it is those recordings that keep us safe. When we are lied to, bullied, harassed, threatened, and intimidated by the staff at CARE, we need to be able to turn in the staff at CARE. and have it taken seriously. And that's not going to happen because the police don't see homeless people as human beings anywhere in the country. Now, she also wrote, as far as the photo that you were referring to, that was absolutely shredded quite some time ago. Yeah, like 2 months ago, when I told her that I needed that. When I told her that I needed my file and the information in it because it shows the abuse by care staff when I went in to try to turn in abuse, what'd she do? She destroyed it quite some time ago, apparently. Oh, come on. So, when she destroyed the evidence, she told me about it. And I've still had to go back to this woman, knowing that she destroyed evidence. She admitted to destroying evidence. And then here's where we get to the bullshit part. She types, I want to help you get an apartment. Well, since 2022, I still haven't gotten an apartment. The abuse is still ongoing, and these mandatory reporters still want to go out of their way to look the other way. No, she's not trying to get me fucking housing. She's wasting my fucking time so that I go back again and again and again. She also wrote, and get you connected to the right kind of support systems to meet your specific needs. Oh, you mean a mandated reporter who will do their goddamn job? You mean when I tell them that I'm being abused and I have evidence of it? That I'm being abused by the police and I have evidence of it? That I'm being abused by the public and I have evidence of it? And she's just going to refuse to look at evidence, refuse to listen, and play this bullshit. No, if you had done your job as a mandated fucking reporter when I first took it to you, instead of you and all of your coworkers playing stupid, I came to you because I am a vulnerable adult being abused, and no matter what, you will make any excuse not to do your fucking job. My specific needs? I need you to look at the fact that there is overwhelming evidence of me being abused just because I'm disabled. That these predators are helping their coworkers who are committing felonies to get away with it. And then there's the victim blaming and the victim shaming. Now she typed, however, I can't control anything that anyone else has done in the past. See, she wants to say in the past. No, it's frequent and ongoing, and it includes her. And yes, she can. She can look at the evidence and turn it the fuck in like they were supposed to do in 2022. I shouldn't have to live in housing to turn in fucking felonies committed against me. Jesus Christ. Oh, she can't control anything but herself. But herself, she's not controlling. She's not doing her job as a mandatory reporter. And she's not afraid of losing her job for helping the police and her coworkers to get away with harming me. She typed, I can't control anything anyone else has done in the past, and I have no control over what anyone besides myself does now. You do have a choice in whether or not you do your job as a mandatory goddamn reporter. Legally, you're committing fucking felonies. She also types, I can only do what is within the scope of my job. Well, she's a mandatory reporter. She's not doing what's in the scope of her goddamn job. Then she typed, I hope that you will decide to continue working towards these goals. You know what? I'm going there because I'm being forced to try to get help. Forced to. These are my predators. How would you feel if you got raped and they made you go to your fucking rapist to turn it in?